Hey, Doug, congratulations. I'm going to hazard a guess here coming from Hinsdale. Maybe you grew up a Bears fan. So, what does it mean to be able to stay home, and how exciting is this day for you?
Unbelievable, um, dream come true for sure. And I don't think I've fully wrapped my head around the fact that, the Bears just took me. It's crazy to think just growing up a diehard Bears fan. This means the world to me and my family.
I've got to follow up quickly. I'm going to hazard a guess that you at least crossed paths with Nick Allegretti, who has a very similar story to yours. And I'm wondering if you've had any contact with Nick, talked to him at all about this process.
Yeah, I've got the chance to train with Nick for the past month and a half. So he's been, in this area around Downers. So I've just been, training with him every day. So I've asked him a million questions probably in the last month. But yeah, it's been great to be able to talk to him and just bounce things off him.
Do you think there's any chance that since Ryan Poles was in Kansas City when they claimed Nick, that your similar stories might have had some impact on his finding and his interest in you?
Yeah, I think it's, great question. I have no idea. All I knew is, I had a visit with the Bears a couple weeks ago. I felt that went great. And then, I was able to, talk to a bunch of the scouts from the Bears throughout this whole process. And that's really the extent of the information that I knew going into it. But yeah, fired up to be a part of it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sean?
Hey, Doug, congrats again. You started like 45 plus games in college. I mean, what does just all that experience do for you, and what do you think that says about you as a player?
Yeah, it's incredible experience to have. I'm thankful and very proud of the fact that I was able to play early on at Illinois. And those coaches had the trust in me to put me in when I was 19 years old and kind of toss me into the fire. So yeah, obviously there were a lot of learning experiences at the beginning of it. Some tough games where the offensive line didn't play great, but near the end of my career, I felt what having that experience was like, and I really do think it helped me as a player, as a leader, and really just as a person. Football develops you in so many ways. So yeah.
Pat Finley?
When you met with the Bears, was that a local pro day here, or did you take a 30 visit? What was the meeting like?
It was the same day as the pro day, but I didn't do the workout. So they just brought me in to meet with the offensive line coach, assistant O-line coach, and some of the staff that they brought in. Obviously walking into Hallis Hall is awesome. It's an awesome experience for anyone, but I think it just adds another level when I grew up a fan. I know the significance of the building and what it means to the people around the city. So, yeah, I mean, that was an incredible experience and a great chance to, show that staff who I am and what I'm all about.
We had a scout telling us a couple minutes ago that you might not be the biggest guy, but you might be the best after the snap. How do you plan to adjust, and how did you adjust in college for the fact that there are centers who have got a lot more weight on them than you do?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's, it's who I am as a player. I'm 6'2", I'm 300 pounds. So I just need to use, the things that I do well, in order to win blocks. That's what it comes down to. Honestly, I don't think about it too much. I just try to, play hard and do what I'm coached to do on the field and just get after people. And that's kind of how I've been my entire life. Just, play with a chip on my shoulder, because I know that other people think that I'm undersized and I might not have it.
Dan?
Doug, on that visit here a couple weeks ago, when you left, did your wheels start to turn?
I think so. Yeah. Right when I got the opportunity to come in and meet with those guys, the thought kind of crossed my head. I've been trying to, not single out any team in my brain, but, it's hard to do and when you grow up. And so obviously, I thought about it and definitely wanted it to happen and felt like it was going to be a good fit if it did happen.
What did you want to communicate to them, and what did you want to show them in terms of your leadership ability, and what you would stress there?
Yeah, I think, just being able to show them who I was, that was the biggest thing. I had not talked to the coaches and those types of people. I just talked to a couple of scouts. So nothing in particular, obviously, I just wanted to go in, be myself, and, try to describe myself as a player who, is tough, smart, and dependable, mentally and physically tough, smart, on and off the field, and dependable with my teammates and my coaches. And that's really what I focused on. Nothing too crazy, just try to go in and be myself.
On a side note, as a fan growing up here, did you have jerseys? Did you have favorite players?
Yeah, I did. I had a ton of jerseys throughout the years. I don't know where they are now. They definitely don't fit me anymore. But growing up, before I started playing offensive line, my favorite players were for sure Brian Urlacher and Devin Hester. And then right when I began playing offensive line, Owen was the guy that I always looked at and, just loved the way he played the game.
Nick?
Doug, with you growing up as a Bears fan, what does it kind of mean that you're going to, be alongside like a guy like Justin Fields? What do you see in his game and the opportunity just to play with him?
Yeah, I mean, we almost had a chance to play against him a couple years ago at Illinois. So, we scouted him and watched him in team meetings and stuff, and, incredible player. He jumps off the screen when you watch, when we were watching the tape. Obviously he jumped off the screen and was, unbelievable. And I think he's a great player, great leader, and, someone that I look forward to meeting and getting to work with.
Okay, we have one more question here. Hub?
Yeah, Doug, I've got to ask you, since you brought up Owen, Ryan Poles has described what he's looking for in offensive lineman as nasty, tough, mean. It almost sounds like he's looking for, 5 Olin Kreutzes. Have you met Olin yet? Have you had that pleasure? And do you think that your style compares to his and fits what Ryan Poles is looking for?
I have met him before. His son plays at Illinois as well. So, obviously I've talked to him. He plays center. So we spent, just about every day with each other this past year. But yeah, obviously, growing up at that position in Chicago, that was the guy you were going to look at because you knew he was the toughest guy on the field, and he was going to get after people. So I think, every young kid in Chicago is trying to emulate what he did on the field. And I've definitely tried to carry that toughness with me, my entire career. Knowing that I would be, smaller than some of the guys that I'm going up against and battling with out on the field, just trying to get after it every single play. That's what I tried to do.
You think Josh is going to win your old job this fall?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Do you think Josh is going to win your old job this fall?
We'll see. It's going to be a battle. 2 great kids, battling out for that position. So I'm excited to see who wins it. I've got no horse in the race, though. I love both of them.
Well, you may want to get Olin on your side, so you might want to put a horse in the race now.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Doug.
Appreciate it. Thank you.